Hey guys, it's Ted Bogert. Welcome back to the Ted Show. Happy Monday. It's another crazy manic Monday. We're kicking off Monday today with a musical guest. I have Joe James with us. The Morning Will Come is the title of the show. We have to talk about that. And Joe is going to perform for us. Welcome, Joe. Happy Monday. How you doing?
Hey, thank you for having me. I'm doing great. I need more coffee. I need an injection of coffee, of
Me too,
caffeine.
my friend. Me too. It's one of those crazy Mondays, and I don't think there's enough caffeine on the planet. Your
Yeah.
setup looks good. I love how it looks in the background. I love it when guests come on and they look good. So, you know how this goes. We want to hear origin story. The audience loves to learn about you, maybe your journey. Were you always the type that sang in front of your family, or did you just develop this later on? So, kind of give us the 411 on your musical journey.
Yeah, so no, I wasn't. It kind of took me a while to get there, but I grew up in a musical family. My dad's a musician. And a lot of our family members are musicians. So I remember him having, you know, people over the house to rehearse and going to rehearsal and concerts and stuff like that. So music has always been around. I started playing bass at the age of 8. My dad's a bass player. So
Wow.
yeah, 8 years old, started playing bass. And
Did you
then,
like it?
yeah, it was something that I wanted to do. It wasn't forced. It wasn't like a Jackson 5 thing, you know? um, but yeah, so he had a bunch of instruments and basses lying around, and so that was the first one I gravitated towards because I wanted to be like my dad. So
Of
I
course. Of
so
course.
I grabbed the bass, and it was way too big for me, but I learned some stuff, and then I hopped on the drums because I just wanted to hit things really hard. So that was about 10 years old. I started playing drums, and then guitar was uh, my last instrument. At that time, I started playing guitar, and that was the one I really found my voice on, to where I can write songs on music, and I started singing along with the songs I was playing. Um, because it was kind of weird to do it on bass with just the one note, or drums. Well, so this was the one I was like, oh, you can make some songs with this thing. And so I started, learning songs with it, and started singing, and really didn't develop my singing until I went to Musicians Institute in Hollywood, California. Um, and
What made you decide? When was the turning point where you realized this is something I want to do for my career? This is my passion, my life's goal.
Man, I think when I figured out, like, it was it was so much more than just like playing music and being cool and whatever. It was a safe place, and it was a place where I could express myself, and it was all these things and I mean, I wasn't good at anything else either. So I was like, this is the thing I better, really craft and go to school for. Because I can't work on cars or anything like that, and I'm not athletic at all. So yeah, it was like that was the thing that I just knew I wanted to do, and I didn't want to do anything. And still to this day, if I'm not just going to jump into something because it's going to benefit me financially or whatever. It has to be something that I love, and that I'm passionate about, and that means something to me. And so
That's
music has
so
always been,
important.
yeah, and music has always been that for me. Like, I can't imagine my life without it. You
What
know.
was it like? What was it like? It's one thing to have a passion and enjoy what you're doing, but what was it like to go to school for it? Did it take any of that away, or did it help you hone your craft? And did you find a bigger, better passion for it? What was that journey like? It's the same thing with a lot of people who music they decide is their career, and all of a sudden they're making money at what they love to do, and sometimes that marriage isn't always fantastic. How was it for you?
Well, fortunately, I mean, it just broadened my mind with. I mean, it gave me more tools to perform and to play and stuff like that. So I mean, it was a great thing. It didn't mess that whole, passion up for me. It just kind of fueled it, I would say. Um, but I didn't finish school. I went to MI and I went for a few years, and then I ended up just started working at like studios and being like a session musician, and like jumped right head first into it, which I guess is like the thing. You know, they say that if you finish music school, you're probably just going to become a teacher. But if you don't finish it and you jump right into, you know, into playing, then you're going to have
Well, I imagine it's hard for a creative like you to, there's people who love to study and go to school,
right.
and then there are people who just want to get their hands dirty, understand, learn as they go, and they're so passionate about what they're doing, which it sounds like you, that you just want to get in it. You just want to start going. You want to get the hard knocks and figure
Hmm.
out what direction. And sometimes that's the best kind of schooling you can possibly get.
Yeah, that kind of trial by fire, right? Where you just like jump head first into it and hope for the best. And luckily for me, it's been a crazy journey, but it's been a good one, and it's, a lot of course learning and a lot of great experiences and a lot of bad ones too. But I mean, those kind of, they still have crafted, my
Well, they help. They help you
career
learn what
form.
you don't want to do, and
Right,
then you figure
exactly. Yeah.
out ways to not deal with that
Yeah.
anymore. What was 2020 like for you? How did you? I ask all the creatives that come on the show, how did you pivot? How did you make 2020 the best that you could, given the fact that there were no more live performances, there nobody was getting together. You really had to shift the way that you got your music out to your fan base.
Yeah. Obviously it was very strange. But I released an album during that time. So I was working on the album beforehand, um and then, 2020, the pandemic hit, and we were kind of going back and forth on whether we wanted to release the album or not. And fortunately, we did, and it was like the perfect message for what was going on in the world at that time. So um, we ended up releasing it, and so for about 3 months of that was just a lot of, you know, like post press, pre, pre and post press, and we were performing, doing a whole bunch of live streams and interviews for that. So like for 3 months of COVID, like we were just so busy with that,
Yeah.
you know, and so that helped us through that time. And then yeah, and then we just started doing a few live streams, and also I started co-writing with a lot of people.
Oh,
So
talk about that, because I was going to ask you about the collaborative part. I feel
yeah.
like the newer creatives are very much about the collaborative songwriting in specific, collaborative. What's that process like? Is it hard when you have an idea and you come in and you have to bounce ideas off other people, or is it actually helps with the creative juices?
I think it helps, and you have to go into those open-minded, right? Like you have to know that someone's not going to particularly like what you like or what you think should go into this like chorus or whatever, and so you have to be open to be like, okay, maybe they're not going to like this part. We'll talk about something. We'll come together, on an agreement with something, and hopefully our two ideas, merge together and make one amazing, badass idea, and then there it is. So you just got to go into it open. I think it for me, it really, it helps. I think it fuels that, like to have someone to bounce stuff back and forth. And you have to be ready for someone to go, oh, well, let's try this thing. Or, I didn't really like that, but try this, and you
Yes.
have to be willing to try it instead of having this wall up like, well, that was my idea and you didn't like it and you think I suck. Oh, and that's not the case. So yeah, you just go into it open, and usually 9 times out of 10, like, there's an amazing song that comes out of it.
Isn't that great, though? I love the fact that creatives, I feel like prior to COVID, even though there was a lot of collaboration, one of the things I hear from almost every songwriter or performer is that they really embrace that collaborative spirit. Because honestly, you couldn't go anywhere. So to be able to do stuff via Zoom or however you did your collaboration, it really helped get people through that very lonely time for a lot of people. We just had a shout out. Hi, Bangladesh is watching. So we've got them from all over the place. All right, tell us about your music before you perform. How would you describe the genre of music, and where do you get your ideas from on the songwriting?
So I always just call it I always call it heart and soul music. But if I had to slap a label on it, it pulls from a few different genres of like R&B, soul, and blues mostly. But yeah, I would say those were the genres. But I always like to call it heart and soul music because it's coming from my heart and my soul, you know. But inspiration, I pull from so many things. I mean, I feel like for me the biggest thing is like it's my relationship with God and my wife. That's the biggest thing. But I pull from everything, like a bunch of different encounters, or just, you know, driving down the road and nature, and the you know, like that's inspiring, and that inspires me to start humming a tune. So there's so many different things, and there's not a specific. I would hate it, and it would feel like work if it was just like a specific way of writing a song, you know.
You don't want to be pigeonholed. You don't want to.
No way.
Be boxed. You don't want to be boxed in. Your creativity has a much bigger lifespan if you don't box it in to one particular genre. All right, so tell us, set us up for Streetlights. I'm going to take myself off. Tell them about the song and the inspiration, and then we're going to let you perform, my friend. Here we go.
Awesome. So Streetlights, I wrote obviously during the pandemic and the, you know, the craziness of everything. So it's a story of the past year and how dark it was in so many ways. But I know for me personally, like mentally, it kind of mentally affected me, and I know it did the same for a lot of people as well. So this song is just about going through you know, these dark times and these storms, but also knowing there's a hope at the end of it, and there's a light at the end of it, which talks about the morning. Like the morning's going to come, like it's gonna be there, but you just have to make it through the night.
I love it.
And so for me, that's what this song's about, is like making it through, walking through this underneath those street lights and making it through the night, and just, you know, writing it out, pushing it through to the morning when the light comes, and which I felt like we were all doing, and a lot of us that battle with mental health kind of do that, and some of them feel like they can't make it through the night, which is not true. And it's you can make it, and you got to know that there's people out there that are battling with the same thing, and you're not alone in the situation, and you got to know it will get better. You just have to make it through that dark cloud and through that storm and through the night, because the morning will come.
Fantastic. All right, Joe James.
So, I'm gonna try my best to sing this song. Ted, you got me singing real early, so I'll try my best.
Live performances, so you're gonna do amazing.
All right, this is the new single, Streetlights. Preacher, hold on, I got another confession to make. I've been waiting so long for a smile to cross my face, 'cause I've been walking underneath the street lights, babe, waiting for the morning, waiting for the People, won't you be kind? We got another decision to make. And do we love like it's the last time? Or do we let our humanity fade? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Walking underneath the street lights, baby. Waiting for the morning. Waiting for the morning to come. Walking underneath the street lights, baby. Waiting for the morning. Waiting for the morning to come. Here comes the sun. Oh, here it comes. Here it comes. Walking underneath the street lights, baby. Waiting for the morning. Waiting for the morning to come. Walking underneath the street lights, baby. Waiting for the morning. Waiting for the morning to come. Walking underneath the street lights, baby. Waiting for the morning. Waiting for the morning to come. Walking underneath the street lights, baby. Waiting for the morning. Waiting for the morning to come. Yeah, yeah.
I loved it.
All right.
So good. That's a great way to kick off a Monday for sure.
Yeah.
I loved that. You know why I loved it? Because your voice is pure. I loved every second of it. It was wonderful.
My voice is as pure as they come right now. It's I didn't do any warm-ups today. I forgot I was going to
You sounded
perform.
great.
And
You sounded
yesterday I was like,
great.
I had a church gig in the morning. I had a rehearsal for like 3 hours. And then I totally forgot this morning that I had to sing. I thought I was just like talking to Ted. And I was
No,
like, oh,
we got to have
shit,
you sing.
I gotta
That's what we
sing too.
love. Well, you sounded great. All right. Tell them the best way to find your music, download it, buy it, guys. What's the best way for them to follow you and find out what you have going on and support you?
Yeah, so you can check out my website, Joe James Music, which I see it going across the screen, joejamesmusic.com, and that has all my social media stuff. Has anywhere you can download and stream my music and the new single Streetlights. So yeah, Joe James Music is the best way.
Fantastic. All right, Joe James, you were awesome. Come back anytime. That was amazing. Guys, get out and support these creatives. Joe's an artist. He's got a message. He's got talent. And 2020 was a crazy year for everybody. Let's show him some love in 2021. Thanks, Joe, for being on the show.
Thank you, Ted.
You were
Thanks
awesome.
for having me.
Come back anytime. You guys go to joejamesmusic.com.